iconic intro that signaled the start of the 12:30 radio newscast every afternoon is something that many people from the 1980s and 90s remember fondly. The Broadcasting Corporation of Belize, which ran Radio Belize and Friends FM, was a government-operated station that closed its doors in 1998. By then, two private stations, Creme and Love FM, had already made their mark, with Creme being the first privately owned station. Although Albert Anthony Wright, better known as Tony Wright, has since moved on from Creme FM, he's still a beloved figure in the entertainment scene, spinning your favorite Belizean tunes that celebrate our rich cultural heritage. Tony shared that it is this very music that first drew him to radio decades ago. His big break as an announcer came after the release of his second album.
My first time really on radio, and that was back in 1995. Actually, we started the show the 3rd of February.
The show's name is?
A Belize musician, past and present. And we started that the 3rd of February. And then the 10th of February, this was where we first get the first guest really, and the show take off from there. Then I created Belizean Beat. And then the following year, they wanted something for the Christmas, for a Christmas program, and so they called me up and they said, well, what you doing? You have a show, well, you got 2 hours, and the radio, and so do a show, and so we do. I begin Saturday morning special.
Wright now hosts his own show, the Saturday Morning Special, on his Facebook page every Saturday from 9:30 a.m. to noon. George Tillett, now a well-known videographer with News 5, started his career back in 1980 as a technician for the now-defunct Radio Belize. He was responsible for servicing and managing the transmitting sites. When Friends FM launched, George joined their maintenance team. He recalls that the training and equipment back then were worlds apart from what we have today, like night and day.
I was a part of the maintenance team, servicing, you can name it, the tape recorders, it was cassette recorders, you have reel-to-reel, you have amplifiers and turntables, that play the 33.5 and 45 records. What I was trained to do back then is, I would be lost right now if I ever try to repair anything that is modern.
We caught up with Lisa Kerr, better known as Lisa Love, broadcasting live from her home today. After nearly 31 years, she is still a beloved host at Creme Radio. Lisa's journey into radio began while she was working as an overnight dispatcher at another company.
We were not allowed to have radios for distraction. We were supposed to be focused, and I took in a little radio to keep me company when my guys are not calling in to give their report. So I had my little radio there, and sometimes at 5 a.m. somebody would be on Creme Radio, and sometimes nobody would be on Creme Radio. So there was a morning, JC was on, so I called the station and I said, how come somebody's there sometimes and then there are other times nobody's there? And the music you guys play are very good. I like the music. It's music that I grew up on. And he said, well, the late Sweets Galore Bennett was the one who had the shift at the time. And Sweets was not too well all the time. So JC was like, why, you want it? And I'm like, okay.
As George and Tony Wright mentioned, the transition over time has been remarkable, thanks to advancements in technology.
All mistakes you have to cut and paste. And this was time-consuming to get it ready for a broadcast, and the next thing, it was the same thing with cassettes. You have to find that spot that was bad. Sometimes the tape would chew up, and you have to splice the tape, join them, and it would take a while, to get it ready for that broadcast.
1981 was when I did my really first recording, and that was at Radio Belize. I did a song about independence we were just getting our independence, and I did that at Radio Belize. But at the time, they were recording these things on some big reels, remember these? So we did the recording.
Lisa Love shared that now, as the one in charge of the music and program planning, she continues to play the same beloved cultural tunes. She also makes sure to highlight the unique aspects of the different parts of the country she broadcasts from.
If we go to Dangriga, we highlight Dangriga. We go to PG, we highlight the culture. We do a research, do what we need to do, and we broadcast that. We could be in Hatterville doing something, you would know about Hatterville. We go to Crooked Tree each year for Cashew Fest. You know about Crooked Tree Cashew Fest.
Reporting for News 5, I'm Marion Ali.